Podcast, the podcast about music, news, and interviews. I am Brian.
And I'm Lizzie, and we're here today with our new friends iCarly, Cosgrove. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Thanks so much for hanging out with us.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you.
Let us know who you are, what you do in the band. Let us know who you are, what you do in the band.
Hi, I'm Lucas. I play guitar and sing.
Hi, I'm Lucas. I play guitar and sing.
I play bass.
I'm Tyler. I play drums.
I'm Helen. I play bass.
I'm Tyler. I play drums.
Hell yeah. A three-piece. Carly Cosgrove. A three-piece.
Oh yeah.
Carly Cosgrove.
Oh yeah.
I only know of you guys because of this Wax Bodega tour thing. I am very much out of the loop with a lot of Lizzie has said it's one of the waves of emos, and I'm not sure which one you guys consider it. Or do you guys consider yourselves a wave?
We don't know either.
Allegedly, it's the fifth
You're
one.
not inducted yet into post-emo. You're not inducted yet. You have to ask for that.
I feel like that's.
You have to ask.
You have to ask.
Yeah.
You have to ask Hot Mulligan.
Post-emo's always changing though. Post-emo's always changing though. Like emo's now, so anything post that. Emo's now, so anything post is all the time. You know. By tomorrow there's gonna be.
Well, emo was an.
Tomorrow there's gonna be.
Emo was originally a subgenre.
Emo was originally a subgenre of post-hardcore, so post-emo would be post-hardcore.
Yeah.
Would that mean we'd have to get so distilled we're into like almost like folk punk again?
I don't know, man.
Maybe.
I don't know, man.
Maybe. I would say there's
Maybe.
a bit of folk on some. I would say there's a bit of folk on some of our. There's like a bit of new stuff. There's like a bit of like a folk personally influence. I think personally. So maybe we are veering there. Yeah, like
I
that
could see it.
Songwriting aspect. Yeah, like that songwriting aspect.
Yeah, I've seen the girlies start to call back for more front bottoms type music and for the front bottoms again. So I feel like we're coming back around to that time a little bit.
Everything is difficult.
I don't know if I would call our new stuff reminiscent of front bottoms,
Somebody out
but
there might be doing that, and somebody out there might be doing that, and
Yeah.
that's cool for them.
Well, I will say with your new single, your latest single, You Old Dog, it sounds much more ramped up, much more post-punk, and obviously in whatever wave of emo you would consider it to be. So can you tell us just a little bit about that?
absolutely.
I think that was like.
I think
I think we kind of had a mission statement going.
Into writing this new record, where we wanted it to be darker, we wanted it to be heavier, but we still wanted to have like, I don't know, kind of develop the things that we've been working on. Because I think a big problem, like not a problem, but a challenge for our band particularly is, how do you make a three-piece sound full? So I think a lot of the writing was informed by almost that criterion and that rubric.
I think that something that really shines on the new stuff and in that song is like a lot of like the harmony work, a lot of and how like each instrument kind of plays together. Like we definitely get darker together. Lucas's chords get meatier. Lucas's chords get meatier. It definitely feels fuller and more nuanced and more dialed, more nuanced.
How do you make the drums thicker?
I mean, something we did on this album. I mean, something we did on this album that I thought was pretty cool.
When we tracked drums, we just tried to hit as hard as possible. They were stressed. That was like a big thing. We were in the studios just to like literally bash the drums. When you think you're hitting too hard, go. So that was something new that I got to do on this album. That I haven't before.
Just bash the shit out of them.
In a sense, drums did get thicker.
Yeah. Just out of necessity, because if you're beating the shit out of them, then they're going to have to be strong enough to take it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's totally understandable, and like I think compared because you guys are still a relatively new-ish band. Like you came out in 2019, it's 2024. It seems like forever, but it's still kind of shorter. But you also just came out on the Wax Bodega tour, which is like a loaded lineup. So can you kind of tell us about that?
Yeah, I was just talking to some folks about this.
Every night kind of felt like,
we're from Philadelphia,
you know, because we're from Philadelphia, which has a really established like basement show culture, and that's kind of where we got our bearings playing shows. So when we look at those gigs, it kind of reminded us of like when we play a basement show and you knew every single band on the bill. and that was a special show that people would all come out to, and everyone would be singing, and every show on this tour was like that amplified. So it kind of felt like almost coming home, you know, for that particular tour, where it was like a culture that was kind of familiar to us when we were doing it on a smaller scale at home.
Yeah, like there weren't any shows that were a little awkward, or the crowd was like a little bit every dead. Crowd went like hard. Every crowd went hard. The first band from the second the first band Saturdays to the end started. To the end, like the people that were touring with us, that had the people that were touring with us, that had done for a lot more touring, like for years and said years, like that there aren't tours like said this, like that there aren't tours that like energetic the whole time. It's that energetic the whole time. There's that good and just like crowd culture. There's that good of it really was something special. It really was something we got to hang out with some really and we got to hang out with some really good friends of ours every night. It was just a blast. It was just a blast.
Yeah, I was seeing a lot of like our friends here when it came to Chicago, like at the show, and it just seemed like there was a lot of energy. And I was like, well, we've posted a couple like TikTok things where we're like mentioning like other bands people were listening to lately, and it's like our friends dropped like Ben Quad, you guys, Hot Mulligan, obviously, like just these bands in this genre, and like all of a sudden everyone's in the comments just like Cosgrove mentioned, Ben Quad mentioned, like everybody's like in the comments for it. I'm like, God, that show must have gone the fuck off, because like everybody on TikTok is like, this is the band, these are the bands, and we want to tell everybody about these bands all the time.
Yeah, people were showing up to these shows like, extremely enthusiastic, insanely cool for us, which is like insanely cool for us.
Yeah, Chicago specifically was a really good show. Yeah, Chicago specifically that's one of our favorite places to play. That's one of our favorite places we've to play. Always had really good shows in Chicago. Always had really I think that was one of the bigger ones too. Like we sold out the Upgrade, which was insane. Like we sold out the Upgrade, which was insane. It was just every night was like magic. It was just. Every night was like magic.
Chicago is also a fun show.
Chicago is also a fun show for me, particularly, because it fell towards kind of the middle, but the early middle of what I've been referring to as the Great Plague of the Wax Bodega Tour, where everybody got a little bit sick from colds, allergies, not COVID, thank goodness, but I had lost my voice in the Detroit and Indianapolis shows and couldn't play the set the way I wanted to. And when we hit Chicago, there's a pharmacy right by the venue, and I like stocked up on like vitamins and like the decongestants I'm supposed to be taking as a singer. And then after like a little bit of like we're so over attitude, like Chicago was a we're so back show.
Okay, it's funny you say that though, because we still
yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. That was well.
No,
that was well like into like Canada.
No, it's true, but no. But what I'm saying.
No, it's true, but no. But what I'm saying is, like, you got that one glimmer of we're so back, at least for me, and that was Chicago, and then it went back to it's so over with the sickness.
Better, but everyone else on the tour was still very.
No, you know what it is, because you and I got the same thing. Is that was we got a cold in Detroit and in Chicago. We thought, and in Chicago we thought like that we were getting better. We're like we're so back, and then our colds turned into sinus infections. So it started going back down, and then it was like and then back down again. And then by the time we were like Salt Lake and shit, we felt like we feel. So it was like we thought we were getting. So it was like we thought we were getting over it, and then it was like antibiotics, and then we had to go get antibiotics.
Yep. I was saying, I was sick recently too, and I was like, why haven't we gotten the celebrity steroids yet? Like, you know there's steroids that, like, celebrities have when they're, like, have to perform, right? And they're just like, I can go do it, I'm good to go, because, like, I have to perform tonight, or whatever it is. And I'm like, why haven't they, like, gotten those to, you know, all these bands out there on the road and shit?
We're not important enough. We're not important enough. I fully think that celebrities live an entirely different life than us, as far as they know what we don't know. Like, they know what we don't know. We're thrown in
Ben Quad's got that goop. Ben
Quad's
got that goop.
Yeah, the goop. Paltrow single-handedly curing all the celebrities with the goop?
Dude, I was literally just explaining the Gucci to my girlfriend earlier today. And I had to show her.
I don't know.
I had to show her. She was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Is this the like the honey that like he had?
What are you asking? Wait, what are you asking?
Are you talking about like the little jar of stuff that like Forrest gave him?
I think there's no.
Definitely not.
What are we thinking of?
The vagina.
What's the goop?
Candles? The vagina candle.
That's one.
Are you not hip?
Oh, I know. I'm hip. We played.
Okay, sure.
No, I learned about it against my will at that one show we played at World Cafe.
Who told you about it? Who told you about it? Was it?
It was Bowling for Soup as the opening banter of their set. Bowling for Soup hadn't played it was like right after lockdown kind of ended, and Bowling for Soup was like, okay, we've been away for like 2 years of shows. All right, let's do some topical banter, and then before they play a single song, they're like, hey, Gwyneth Paltrow vagina candle.
Yeah.
I mean, that's very Bowling for Soup. I would expect nothing less.
That's real. Yeah, I would. I would say that. Yeah, I would say that. That's all.
Then they rip into the Phineas and Ferb theme song. That's all great.
They did play that. They did.
Yes.
They did play that. They
time.
did. It was fire.
Well, kind of similar to like shows we watched when we were kids. Obviously, Cosgrove is named after iCarly, and of course, I've seen everything, and everyone numerously agrees of fuck Dan Schneider too, in the whole run of it. But you guys are also a trio, much like iCarly, Sam Spencer. So. I want to know each and every one of you, who is the iCarly, who is the Sam, and who is the Freddie Benson?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Because a lot of people, there's a lot of like trio. The only one that I feel like iCarly is the only one that like it actually makes sense.
No, it is a really good pair.
Yeah, Helen's Carly. Yeah, Helen's Carly. Lucas is Freddie and I'm Sam. And then Lucas is Freddie and I'm Sam.
Yeah.
If you like knew us, it would make if you like knew us, it would make more sense. But you don't know us, so you could.
Although we did put it on our Bandcamp as soon as we had a Bandcamp. Like to this day, I think our Bandcamp says like Carly, Helen, Freddie, Lucas.
It tells us. For a while, our profile photos, our faces poorly photoshopped onto their faces.
I forgot about that.
That was like our Bandcamp photo until I think like a year ago. No, that's not true. But no, that's not true. For a while. But it was that for a while. You can still find it on our Facebook. You can still find it on our Facebook.
Our Facebook.
If you look.
Yeah. What
Our
is the
Facebook.
most emo song you are listening to right now? Emo song you are listening to right now? Everyone's checking Spotify. Everyone's checking Spotify.
Emo as in the style, or emo?
Emo as in the style, or emo as in like just sad?
Yo, I got an emo song. Only the real one too. This is a throwback. Only the real Pony Boy by Native. Pony Boy by Native.
Interesting.
Native.
You know Native, Lucas?
Native.
You know Native, Lucas?
Yeah.
You're kind of a real one.
Kinda. I know they toured with. I know they toured with Oh Brother. That's all I know about
That all
Native.
sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Lucas vibe.
Yeah.
And then Daylight opened that, and
Daylight's Super Heaven now.
Oh, okay. Now I know what we're talking
Pony
about
Boy
here.
by Native. Pony Boy by Native.
It's not emo, but it's emo adjacent.
There's this band Q and Not You.
I've gotten really into. They're like
They're like they're not a band anymore, I don't think. But they were signed to Discord Records, which is like Ian Mackay's label. And they have this song So Many Animal Calls that I like a lot, and it's kind of cool. It's like kind of like post-hardcore, like At the Drive-In kind of style post-hardcore, but combined with like the mathiness, the new waviness that comes from a band like Dismemberment Plan.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
Nice.
But if we're going just sad, the song Here You Come Again by Dolly Parton. I love that song.
Hell yeah.
I would would say for me, I have been specifically listening to the song Mass by Modern Baseball. Not any other Modern Baseball song, just that song. Not any other Modern Baseball song,
And
also maybe the acoustic version of Everlong.
Okay.
That is emo.
It is emo.
That is emo.
Yeah. It is emo.
Yeah, it is. Two dudes from Sunny Day Real Estate are in that band, so you know. Sunny Day Real Estate are in that.
It all
band.
tracks.
Foo Fighters?
It all tracks.
The Foo Fighters?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
The
What?
bassist
Yeah.
and the bassist and if it's it must be one of the other guitarists.
Dave?
The drummer was.
Dave?
The drummer was. No, William Goldsmith was the drummer of Sunny Day, and he was in it, but there was a whole lot of drama. I watched the Foo Fighters documentary a while ago. There was like a bunch of drama where like Dave didn't like how William played the drums, and he went in the studio and re-recorded all of his parts in like a night. And William was like so, and he was like, yeah. And then William Goldsmith was like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out of here." And then that's when Taylor Hawkins joined.
Yeah, that's
Don't
fire.
ever do that.
Yeah, that's
Don't
fire.
ever do
I
that
love
to me.
Nah, bro, it's already done. Nah, bro, it's
Outdoor
already
history.
done. You're not on it, dude. You're not on it, dude.
I
You're
drunk
not
that sound
on
great.
it.
Huh? I drunk that sound
Yeah.
great. Yours.
Yeah. Don't ask why.
All right, we have our next question here for you. What was the inspiration behind You Old Dog and your upcoming LP, The Cleanest Houses Are Empty?
Depression. Depression.
Let's go.
There you go.
Let's go.
There you go.
That's the short answer. The more nuanced, I think, like onus behind the record is that the version of depression that kind of hit me was a very lethargic one. It felt hard to change, felt hard to break habits, where life felt so uncontrollable and so chaotic that the only way that I could feel any semblance of like peace or understanding was to just like
that's where I was
not move. Like that's where I was comfortable.
The closest thing to stasis I could find.
The closest thing to stasis I could find. And so a lot of the record is kind of like parsing through those feelings and those attitudes and kind of giving it a more defined yeah, like it's just like a more defined like it's just like a more defined set of words.
All right. We can move on to the next one. How is the music scene in your city? In Philly?
It's fire. It's so good. It's fire. It's thriving. It's so good. She's glowing, radiating. She's glowing,
hydrated, staying in her lane.
Yeah.
Moisturize everything.
Yeah. No, it is really good. We have a it is really good. We have a strong basement. As Lucas mentioned earlier, we have a really strong basement. I mean, there's houses that have been operating houses that have years and years. The community ethic is really strong. The community ethic is really strong. There's like a lot of people that everyone knows. Like there's like one of those people that like everyone knows like shows and like bands that just like play around the city a lot. So there's a lot of community, a lot of people, friend groups involved in the scene and stuff. There's also like cool DIY spots, like Youth Club that 4333 books out of, that provide like a stage to play on, but it's not like a Live Nation venue. So it's like DIY spot, but like can fit more people in the basement and stuff like that. So we have a really rich emo and we have a really punk history here, and it's very cool.
A lot of different kind of shows getting played too. You know, not just like emo. There's not just hardcore. Not just like emo. There's shows. They're not hard to find either. Folk shows. They're not hard to find either. It's like super accessible, which is really cool.
Are there any bands you want to shout out that you're like really digging in your city right now?
Our friends, for sure.
Or fuck
our friends, for sure. Shout out Elephant Jake. Shout out Elephant Jake. Shout out Stand and Wave. Shout out Mechanical K9. Shout out Mechanical K9. Shout out Gloss. Shout out Sweet Pill. Shout out Sweet Pill.
If you ever heard of this underground. This underground.
The pretty esoteric taste. I don't know.
Shout out I'd also like to shout out Pink Blush that I've been playing with a little bit. This band Pink Blush that I've been playing with a little bit. And also this band Dustball, also very cool dudes. And also this band Dustball, also very cool dudes.
Damn. I was like, damn. Can I name that many bands in my own city? And I'm like, I don't think so.
I'm really concerned about that for you.
Yeah.
Yo, name like
Fallout Boy.
Ever.
Fallout Boy.
Yeah.
Oh no. Concern. I'm gonna have to make Brian a local playlist so he can be up to date on things.
Where are you guys from?
Chicago.
Where are you guys from?
Yeah.
Chicago. I could put that together.
I mean, yeah, but
great city. Put that together.
Yeah, I mean,
nice.
yeah, but
great city.
Yeah. I'm jealous always of like East Coast, Philly, Ohio, like all these like cities that end up like kind of being near each other and being able to like tour and like go to each other's different towns and like meet up and have a good community there. Because I always feel like Chicago is like still kind of insulated, even though we are near a lot of stuff. It's like you either have to like travel to Chicago and you either have to like drive in an hour to get to like. Besides Milwaukee, which I'm like, yeah, besides Milwaukee, which I'm like, we don't have like something an hour away where it's like we don't have tight knit community we can just like immediately start working with or trade shows all the time or something like that. Trade shows all the time.
Yeah,
I'm always jealous.
We do have that. Yeah, we do have that with like South Jersey. I used to play in South Jersey a lot and stuff. Yeah, there's like stuff like that. Yeah, there's like stuff.
Yeah, I mean the East Coast is pretty advantageous. Yeah, I mean the East Coast is pretty advantageous for like touring because biggest market the next 2 hour biggest drive. Market is whereas I know 2 hour drive. Whereas I know sometimes like a 6 hour drive just for the next. Sometimes like a 6 hour drive just for the next city to play.
Yeah.
And it's Cleveland. And it's
Cleveland's sick though.
With Cleveland. Yep.
Cleveland's sick though.
We've had really good shows in Cleveland.
Yeah.
We've had really good shows in Cleveland.
Yeah.
East Coasters,
And Milwaukee.
but like East Coasters, especially Middle Atlantic coasters, like my parents are spoiled. Like if there's a 2 hour drive to anywhere, they're like, forget it, that's too far. I'm like, do you know what the people of the Midwest go through every day, Mom and Dad?
Do
you know about the people who drive like a 4 hour commute to work?
I drive 5-6 hours. I drive 5
I thought
hours to work in the snow uphill.
Yeah, uphill.
Both ways.
Yeah.
Both ways.
I have a 4-hour train.
At night.
I have a 4-hour train. So don't worry.
Do you really?
So
What the
roundabout. Well,
Do you
roundabout.
really? What the
Yeah.
fuck? That's crazy.
Well,
Okay,
roundabout.
yeah, that's crazy.
I
God
basically
bless
moved
you.
down to the city from where I was working out of now because I got let go and then I got hired at the college. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. I love how this works out.
coming back.
I'm coming back.
Coming back.
Yeah.
I'm coming back.
Respect. Yeah.
All right. So our next question here is: why was You Old Dog chosen as a single, and will you release any other singles before the LP is released?
I think I'll answer. I'll answer this.
I feel like it just worked.
Answer this.
I've been talking a lot. So I've been talking a lot.
The reason none of us had like an answer is because like what Lucas just said, like it kind of just worked. Like it's like a good way to put it. There was a point in writing this album where we were having trouble. And I think when You Old Dog, finally coming together, that a lot of what came after and really what helped us finish after and really it was also a song that I would say it was also a song that one of the first ones we started, one of the first ones we started. We were writing that up until the day we tracked it. The other thing about Dog is it reminds me a lot that we also put up as a first single for our last album, a first single for our last album. So it just felt right. It just felt right. The album once it's all out, sense with the rest of the album. Once it's all out, you'll look back and you'll be like, Dog makes sense for the single.
I think also it was one of the more reminiscent of Old Carly of the songs of this new record, where it didn't feel like such a curveball, but it still hinted at like how the sound had changed. Like it was like a nice good like bridge from like See You in Chem era Carly to Cleanest if Houses Are Empty Carly.
It was all around very representative. Yeah, it was all around very representative. Yes, we will be putting out another single we can tell you.
Ooh, okay.
Oh yeah. We'll rush through these last two. What type of collab would you want to do, and with whom?
I want to have Julian Baker sing. sing on one of our songs.
Yeah. I think it would be cool. I guess I don't have like a specific person. I guess I don't have like a specific collab in mind, but it would be cool to do a collab with artists. I feel like sometimes things like that. Some of my favorite artists do things like that, and I'm always appreciative of it.
like the Jay-Z Linkin Park.
Yeah, it's
like the Jay-Z Linkin Park
yeah,
album.
that's like my three for sure. That's in the top 3 for sure.
We'll make sure that's in the budget for LP.
Linkin Park or Jay-Z? Linkin Park or Jay-Z?
Jay-Z, dog. We're talking Jay-Z, dog. We're talking big bucks.
We can't afford Jay-Z. We can't afford Jay-Z.
We can afford a Mike production, though. We can afford a Mike
Shinoda himself. We could probably afford Mike Shinoda himself.
Or dinner with Jay-Z, or a feature.
$1,000
or a feature with Jay-Z. Or a feature with Jay-Z.
Real ones choose the feature.
Yeah.
You're gonna bring this to Wax Bodega, your label, and you're gonna say like, "Hey, which one?" And they'll be like, "What are you talking about?"
Neither.
Neither.
All right, then our last question here is, can you tell us about your upcoming tour dates, and will there be any future ones to tour for the album?
Yeah, so we just announced 3 shows with You Blew It. They're doing an anniversary tour. That is Boston, New York City, and Philly. Tickets are on sale now. We will be playing other shows. They're not announced. We're doing a vinyl signing in Philly on June 21st at Repo Records for the new album, The Cleanest Houses Are Empty. And yeah, we're doing a festival in Bay City, Michigan, Excellency Fest. And there's a chance that we're going to be doing some shows surrounding that are not announced yet. And there's a good chance that we will be doing some more touring in the fall as well, so there will be plenty of chances for people to hear the new record.
Secret Lala Carly Cosgrove set. Okay, I get it. I get it.
Big fest.
You should get
Perry
Farrell.
Call Perry Farrell.
Sick. Where can people find you on the internet? Where can people follow you to know when those tour dates come out? When the new music is dropped? All that good stuff.
All of our social handles are at Carly Cosgrove PA, and all of our information should be accessible on there. Tour dates, new music. Yeah, we're on all streaming platforms, of course. Yeah, check us out.
Fantastic. Right on time. So we'll go ahead and wrap the interview there. Make sure you follow Carly Cosgrove. Find out where they're going to be in your town whenever they come to you. 2 drum kits at the show. It's going to be a whole show. But until we see you again in Chicago, Lucas, Helen, Tyler, thank you for coming and hanging out with us.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. This has been a lot of fun. Yeah, thank you.